By creating an honors college with a Bachelor of Arts degree, the University of New Mexico has launched a program that will make UNM a destination university for New Mexico's top students. The UNM Honors College offers high-achieving, enthusiastic, motivated students many of the personal and intellectual advantages of a small liberal arts college within the diversity of a large research university. New Mexico students benefit from this high-caliber education at an affordable price and will graduate with minimal debt. The target audience of the UNM Honors College is New Mexico's high-achieving students at the top 10% of their class with a 29 or higher on their ACT. The program is designed to attract superior students who had not previously put UNM on the top of their college list. Top students will be a part of a small, cohesive environment that fosters a sense of community. Part of fostering this small liberal arts feel is having an Honors Scholars Residence Hall.
We know for sure that students that have an on-campus experience are much more likely to graduate and maintain a higher grade point average. Just because I think that the values of high academic achievement in Scholars Wing are just reinforced by living in a community that shares those values.
You kind of build this, I call them my floor family. You kind of build like this family around all of your friends. And so I definitely think that it's the sense of community, but I mean, because you're around people that are like-minded and people that are higher achieving, you have a tendency to also want to be higher achieving and to succeed in your academics, but also in extracurriculars as well.
Honors College students will have small classes with an interdisciplinary curriculum.
A lot of other honors colleges actually have a discipline-based honors program. So students at other institutions will take, for example, an honors biology class or an honors history class. And what we do at the University of New Mexico that's very unique is the interdisciplinarity of it, which means that we offer classes that integrate and connect disciplines.
We try to span across a broad range, a broad array of materials so that students get not only the depth of their major, but they get a broad understanding of the ways fields fit together.
For example, we have a marvelous biology and art class. And so how does art interact with biology? We have courses, for example, that bring together architecture, history, perhaps political science, economics. And so students learn about all of these various fields in one class. The world isn't very sort of specifically discipline-based. And so when they get out into the job or into graduate programs, they have that interdisciplinarity that really helps them to understand how everything integrates and works together.
By seeking to make connections across lots of materials, lots of fields, lots of methods, we're trying to give students a different kind of perspective than they'll get in their major.
The core honors courses are one of the unique attributes of the BA in Honors Interdisciplinary Liberal Arts curriculum. The core courses also permit honors students to major in multiple disciplines and still graduate within a 4-year time horizon.
The University of New Mexico has core requirements for all students that enter the university and that graduate from the university. So they have to take a certain number of hours in art, for example, writing, reading, classes in social sciences, humanities, the sciences, languages, and so on. Now that we are an honors college, we have courses that will count for core, so that instead of just having, say, a fine arts requirement for the core, the fine arts can be about art and global vision, in which they deal with perhaps fine art, they can deal with architecture, music, theater, dance, and they bring all of this art together in their study.
As a physics major, I'm not really required to take any more writing classes because I finished my core, so any sort of writing I do, I think, will be kind of on my own if I'm not in the honors college. But being in the honors college, I have the opportunity to keep my ability to express my ideas sharp. So when it comes time to write grants or, write an experimental paper or a review paper, I'll be able to do that.
Honors students have unique study abroad opportunities through Conexiones, Conexiones differs from traditional semester and year-long study abroad programs in that honors college students travel together with a faculty mentor during intersession breaks.
The students experience something very unique with the Conexiones program. First of all, it works great as the first experience for them to be in a different country because they have the support of the faculty mentorship. Also, they live with local families for a month, and that makes the program very unique in that way.
Students look at a lot of how the world works firsthand, get to go out there and not just say, I'm looking in a book and what is another country like, but they're actually talking to people, studying with people, having homestays with locals, and interacting with local college students in Spain, in Latin America. And Conexiones is an incredibly successful and popular program for good reason.
The Conexiones program is during the summer. It's always in Spanish-speaking countries. International education is part of who we are in the Honors College.
Experiential courses studied in a field setting are an integral component of the Honors College curriculum.
So we have a wide range of courses that take students out into the city and out into the state, and these cover a whole bunch of majors and a whole bunch of interests. I've been involved with a course called Route 66, where students travel the length of Route 66. They actually get in a van and drive, and they see things firsthand. They talk to people firsthand. They understand the history of this road that crosses New Mexico firsthand. We have other courses, one called Sacred Sites of Northern New Mexico, where students visit a wide range of sacred and religious sites across northern New Mexico to understand how different people have a religious and spiritual attachment to New Mexico. We call these experiential courses, and really what they mean is you go beyond just what gets told to you in a book or in a lecture, and you have to try it yourself, and you have to see it yourself and learn to record it yourself.
The first honors class I took was an interdisciplinary international class, and it was a small class that had us traveling around New Mexico and then took us to Argentina for spring break, and the class totally changed the way that I look at biology and biogeography and the historical trends in those two areas, and I loved it. And the people that I met in that class ended up being some of my first and best friends that I have made in New Mexico, and a lot of my life has revolved around the people that I met in that class.
What happens in a lot of these courses is they get tied into your other coursework and tied into your interests. Students take classes before they go abroad that give them the primer in these places they're going to visit, and actually give them a real opportunity to say, okay, I read about this in a book and I talked about it in class, but do I really see it when I'm abroad?
The Heart of China was a intersession service learning sort of trip. So the first half of the trip was doing cultural studies at important sites around China, went to the Great Wall and Emperor's Palace and various things like that. And also, seeing some of the more common level of things where people live and work, and how the economy has created so much economic diversity and inequality there in such a short period of time. And then the second week was service learning at an orphanage for children with osteogenesis imperfecta, which is brittle bone disorder. That was really a tremendously powerful experience.
You should be aware that the Honors College has its own high-performing faculty from multiple disciplines, many of whom have achieved national recognition.
The Honors College has many absolutely wonderful faculty. They are very student-centered. And then the other faculty that teach in the Honors College come from other departments on campus, as well as from the community. We've had judges and doctors and other business people, perhaps. Even the governor taught a class one time. So I think the opportunities for students are great because they can work one-to-one with all of these fabulous faculty members in the Honors College.
The Honors College's Gary Carruthers Distinguished Chair in Honors hosts dynamic visiting professors that broaden students' horizons. These professors and guest lecturers are also available to the university at large.
I think the benefits of being on a large campus is that there's always something to do and there's always an organization to be a part of. My freshman year I rushed the Greek life, and I think it's a great opportunity for anyone who is just looking to try something different or to meet new people. There's also athletics, of course. There's also just community outreach programs at UNM. There's ASUNM, which focuses on student government.
The UNM experience is this big, overarching, large 30,000 student campus and then a lot of sub-communities within that. So it's figuring out where you fit into those different things, whether it's athletics or professional organizations or Greek life or res life or whatnot, and then figuring out the specific smaller community that really fits your needs and preferences and something that you can contribute to.
These days, students and families face an ever-challenging decision in choosing a college. The cost of tuition at liberal arts colleges is astronomical. High-achieving students may be priced out of a top-quality liberal arts college, or students' choice might strain the family budget or result in tens of thousands of dollars in post-college debt. The Honors College at UNM solves this dilemma for our New Mexico families by offering New Mexico students a top-quality Honors College education at an affordable in-state tuition price. 94% complete graduate and professional schools. Some receive Fulbright, Rhodes, and other scholarships to further their studies. When I was a senior in high school, I was looking at a lot of schools on the East Coast and, really expensive schools. And for me, the opportunity to come on a scholarship to a institution that had everything I was looking for in terms of academic programs and extracurricular activities, and specifically an honors experience where I could have, a intelligent conversation in a classroom with people from different backgrounds. It kind of made UNM, put UNM on equal playing field with schools in Boston or schools in Washington, D.C.
And once I actually saw Albuquerque and I saw the campus and I got to talk to people here and I got to look at the university, I really, really loved it. And I fell in love and I was like, Mom, this is where I'm going. And so I applied here, I got in, I got the scholarship, and I came.
Coming from out of state, I'm originally from California. There were a lot of questions when I initially came from students in state why I would choose UNM, and I think the grass is always greener on the other side. Whatever you're the closest to, it's easy to push that off and pretend like it's not a huge or a great opportunity. And what I've found is, especially within the Honors College and the Scholars Wing and within the scholarship I've had, that there's a lot of professors who are very willing to work with high-achieving students here. We push ourselves really hard to achieve and show that we're of the same ranks as those Ivy Leagues or West Coast Ivy League schools like Stanford. And so what I've found is that the students here are just as capable of success, and that the professors are especially willing to help those students achieve that.
From the very beginning, they are part of the Honors College. They are part of the community, and they will take classes together. So instead of sending our honors new students out into various departments to take their classes, they have a place in which they can learn together. And so they have a home in a large research institution, and I think that makes a big difference.
We invite you to take your place at the top of the class. To find out more, please contact us at the University of New Mexico Honors College, honors.unm.edu, or 505-277-4211.